Yay! Wonderful, good times. Hi, everybody. Welcome to this exciting new session for Curse of Strahd. We are here with David, Kylah, and Noah, and myself. I am Liam McKinnon, your dungeon master for today. Apparently, I've decided to sound like a 1950s radio drama, and I'm very
How
excited
you
about it.
doing?
Yes. This D&D session is brought to you by aluminum foil. We're quite happy with aluminum foil. It's working quite well in my refrigerator right now. I use it all the time.
Have you guys watched Has Been Hotel? Or sorry, yes. No,
Yes, believe
that's
it or not.
definitely what it sounds like.
One of my first year voice students has cosplayed as her, and
That's amazing.
she looks exactly like her.
That's
I
dope.
should actually show myself for you. I was like, oh
Yeah,
yeah, I
the
don't.
radio demon is exactly what you sound like right now.
Hmm.
Yeah, at first I was kind of like, wait, I don't have my selfie up, so they probably can't see me. But then I'm like, wait, I could just literally be a radio actor at this moment, and it totally would work out. Ladies and gentlemen, it's fantastic. And I should have just kept with the bit. You guys need to see my face. Uh, yeah, so we are currently Padon is not with us for tonight's session, but that's going to be totally fine. I'm going to try to figure out all of Eren's stuff, no problem. Yeah, so we'll be probably diving in pretty quickly right now, kind of getting to a later start, but I did want to check and see with everybody if anyone has any questions about anything right now, if there's any last little check-ins that we need to get off of our minds and thoughts and all that kind of stuff. I don't know.
I've forgotten everything. Like
Cool.
actually, that wasn't
Yeah, you
wasn't
have.
like
Yeah,
me, that was literally
you have.
Squally. Sorry.
Yeah, you have. There was something I was gonna actually add into that as well, in game here. I feel like it might be a better. I kind of think it's better to just talk about out of game because I totally didn't realize this until later. So F it. Um, Squally, one of the things that I was thinking about regarding your memory thing and not knowing anybody is also the fact that the voices in your head are distortions of like voices you do not know. And so that exacerbates it tremendously. So you would just like no idea who these voices are inside of your mind either. So it's just a complete unfamiliarity with anybody, anything, any being or presence in your
Lovely.
that you are surrounded by. Yeah.
You glitched for a second there, sorry. Can you
Oh,
repeat
sorry.
the last part of that?
Yeah, it's just like a complete mess in your mind, basically, in terms of not knowing anybody that is like like the voices like that you hear. Uh, very much just everything is a complete unknown thing for you.
But the only thing I
Um,
do know is that I want to kill Strahd. Or do I just
yes.
that it's the only thing I know that I want to kill this being? Like, do I know his name? I
You would
do.
probably, yeah, you know, they're being like, yeah, there's like not a complete thing of like, oh, I don't know exactly where I am right now. It's not amnesia. It's just the fact that you have no recollection of the people that you're with. Like they are a stranger, the individuals you are with, and that's huge. Again, regarding the voices and regarding your party.
Oh, wild. Okay.
Huh.
Yeah.
Poor Squally.
Yeah,
We're Squally. Yeah,
poor all of us, really.
yeah. I don't know if we should go on with this. Thanks, everybody. That was a good
Well,
time.
I'm gonna go up and take some pills.
Yeah, we're all really sad right now. I'm gonna find some
Took a
liquor and use that liquor for drinking.
took a sad turn immediately.
Yeah, immediately. Uh, wacky hijinks ensue moments. So let's try having that. But yeah, does anybody else have any questions about stuff?
Don't think so, but I'll probably find something.
Nice. I don't think I have anything major. Either in terms of like any announcements or stuff like that. I am gonna be doing some Sorry Not Sorry stuff. Going up for some shows. I have my first D&D show coming up in a couple weeks now, maybe a month in April, and then I also have what is it called? Oh, yeah, I'm gonna be the dungeon master for one of their improv shows, so that's gonna be fun. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, it's going to be in May. I think it's May 20. It's a Saturday, May 20 something. It's not the
Worlds
18th.
collide.
Worlds collide, exactly. Oh, and I can say this with people here. I got a project I'm keeping secret, but I can talk about it now because this will be out by the time it happens. I got recently selected to direct a festival at the Walterdale. I'm doing Cradle to Stage, not their full festival, but I'm doing two selected new works that I'm doing, and they're fantasy kind of themed a little bit. I put that on my thing of like, yeah, I'm good at doing like
Well,
horror,
too
romance,
bad you
and
don't
fantasy.
understand that shit, eh?
Yeah, yeah, I'm a little fucked. It's gonna,
That's awesome, Liam. Way to go.
That's super cool.
yeah, I'm excited. First,
Congratulations, Walterdale, baby.
yeah, baby, we're doing it. We're doing it. Walterdale
Yep.
Playhouse. Yeah, I've been in
Great.
some shows of theirs, but I've wanted to do some directing there, so it's fuck yeah. So if this comes out and that announcement hasn't come out yet, oops, oops.
Oopsie.
Yeah, yeah, great. Anyway, uh. we'll see how this all goes then. So yeah, I don't know. I think I'm ready now to dive into this very wholesome game of Curse of Strahd. Yay!
Wholesome. That's the word I've been looking for this.
Yeah, exactly,
Wholesome.
exactly.
Sorry,
Exactly.
interrupted your.
Gotta get some theme music sometime. When last we left off with our party in the lands of Barovia, you were all in the Amber Temple, journeying here for many reasons, one of which was to find the fabled sun sword, with Squally being carried and carrying the voice of Sergei. You had encountered at the pass entering through with a giant curtain of green fire blocking the entrance, two Varoks that had come to life after being like set from stone. You had completed that encounter, made your way to the Amber Temple, saw Rahadin eat a toad. You guys had seen him also skitter off and run away, and you guys like, great. And then you started fighting and getting shot at with fire and lightning by this giant, like, hooded statue. And then there was an old man inside that head of the statue. And then you guys saw the hilt of a sword. You guys were bringing it out. Wystera, you were bringing it out, and then you got like hit with a ray of fire, and you went unconscious. And then they went to go save you. Kari, you guys had Irina with you, and Kari went to go help you. And then Irina had Rahadin come up behind her with a sword, and then somebody shot at Rahadin. It turned out it was this like shadow creature that faded off and ran down one of the pathways, saying, "Come play with me." And then you all were figuring out like how to navigate and travel through the temple. You went through this destroyed portion of wall and leading into a chamber deeper down into the actual temple itself, and fought these like spectral like poltergeists, and attacked it to the fact that the walls of the whole place had started bleeding. You guys were fighting through and then like getting out of that whole place before it like flooded up with blood, and hearing screeches. You got out of there, and you went to or you all were trying to figure out what the best course of action was to do, because you were all pretty spent. So you all took the time to have a little rest, and in that process of that rest, our poor Squally completely forgot everybody in the party and completely forgot every single person that they know and have been with for the entire extent of their time in Barovia, as well as the voices that carry and linger in you. In this time as well, you had all come across or Wystera had discovered that there was a secret door behind this statue, one that led somewhere else, that after dispelling a magical seal upon it, you had found out led to this large chamber that had many artistic depictions and vampire spawn that had been murdered, killed using elemental magic. and you had found the brother of Kari, Tristan, and you had also found Mishan, Kari and Tristan's best friend, who is dead and looks to have been murdered by Tristan as well. Right now, you have discovered this by Tristan, who is kind of blurted out that the deaths of every one of his missionary friends has kind of come about, and he's now questioning and challenging Kari, and you have all decided to stand back and prepare for something to happen, potentially. Wystera, you are one of the only people that can truly see these sarcophagi that are in this room, and you have paid attention to the one that was behind, seeing through this small sliver of shadow, making out this like visual image of like shadow and blood. It's a very disturbing thing behind it. You have not entered towards it, you have not made contact with whatever is there, but you can see something, and you've kind of noticed a little bit of the essence and presence of this particular sarcophagus. Everyone else stands at the ready. You've all come to know that what Tristan has expressed, and this is all just a basic level thing, because of what Kari had understood at the beginning of the card reading that she had received, that you all had received, that it had no connection to her potential religious organization, which is Mistral Star. Tristan has misinterpreted, seems, his own reading, believing that there is some kind of nature to acquiring the power of the card that he had at his own base to gain an ally, which is the Dark Lord. Presently, it seems that Tristan is continuing to berate Kari with this misinterpreted knowledge. Everyone here that believes that they are standing on edge enough not to act, but to try and read into the situation and try to read into what's happening right now is welcome to an insight check. I will say this. If you are not going to commit to an insight check because for yourself you are not looking to see or trying to reason with what's going on, then you are not going to be able to act until something, if anything, happens to you, or until you're basically going to be letting your guard down and reacting off of somebody else's reaction, like somebody else's action to something.
Yeah, Wystera definitely wants to, if possible, insight check that sarcophagus or the sarcophagi, whichever you deem would be.
Oh, you want to be looking at the sarcophagi?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
she's Wystera would be looking at the
Hmm.
bigger picture here and not getting too caught up in
Okay,
Kari's knowledge.
yeah. I think an insight check with Vystra in this moment for the sarcophagi makes sense. I think that because of the presence that you are kind of carrying right now with the shadow, I think that makes sense for you. So yeah, I will allow that if you want to do it.
Okay. Thank you.
Squally ended with looking at the bodies and figuring out
Mhm.
specifically what happened to the elemental and everything like that. So I know his insight was primarily about what he was seeing there. Would you suggest I'm still trying to figure out the situation? Like, I think Squally's more so, I would argue that Squally's more so trying to figure out based on what's happening with the bodies because he doesn't know Kari right now.
Yeah,
Or
Right.
I don't know if that counts the same. Just
No,
because
that totally does in terms of keeping yourself active to look at the bodies. You did a medicine check before that was pretty decent. I would say that you could do an investigation check or another medicine check. The investigation would be kind of like piecing together a reasonable timeline of everything that's kind of happened and exactly what played out.
I think
Uh,
I think I would like to do an investigation check based on like what I already did for medicine.
okay, sure, yeah. Vistra, what'd you roll?
I roll 20 total.
A 20 total. Okay. Okay. And Squall, you let me know what you roll.
I did not roll. I rolled an 18.
Eat.
An 18. Okay. This is interesting. Let's see what Ben the Duck does. Okay, great.
There are a
So,
lot of things I expected you to say there, but that was not one of them.
yeah, I just needed a moment. So Ben the Duck is highly prepared, just so you all know. I know you are all thinking, like wondering.
Still
Okay.
he's in the cart.
Yeah, he's ready,
He's ready from the cart.
ready to go. So
Just watch. He's gonna turn into a freaking dragon on our side or something. Squally.
those that did not show me respect will suffer in my hands.
I think it's almost too obvious that something like that would happen. So I think the bigger twist is that he's just a regular duck. And then Liam's gonna get us put into this weird situation, and then Vistra's gonna be like, guys, I know what to do, and you're gonna throw a plain duck just in the middle of a battle, and it's just gonna like waddle away. That seems more invading of what's gonna happen.
I love it. On an investigation of 18. So it looks as if that, first of all, they came in from the top of this space. It looks like what had happened in kind of the layout here was that they had. I should also say, I'm just remembering an upkeep thing. Vistra, you were doing a search for like whatever it was, like Tristan's pin or something like that, the back of it.
Yep.
Yeah, earlier you would have found that when you guys had opened the secret door.
Okay.
And then,
Thanks.
yeah, you would have found that. Anyway, so it looks like they entered in the same way, which means that they had a way that could also have gotten rid of the magical, thing to have opened the door. They didn't smash it open. It was the same kind of situation. The process in which the creatures, like the vampire spawn themselves, were killed seems to have come from an elemental individual. The person that is dying, you can see from their hands, like their fingertips are singed and there's like kind of like gravel and rock around them. It looks as if this individual was responsible for that. So 4 of these things were killed by them directly, and they use their own like kind of elemental powers. The fan you picked up as well, and I'll allow this on an 18 because I think this would add a little bit insight. This is a channeling weapon that allowed for this person to heighten their powers and heighten their elemental energies. And specifically the wind itself, like air. This is an air-based weapon. So you see like the one thing has lacerations all around its body. This channeled that tremendously. So it amplified their ability to create something damaging through the wind. The process in which they kind of went through is that it looks like they went down to this area, investigated. There's an area of dirt that is exposed and dug out. So it's like there's a giant pit of dirt in the center of this bottom floor, and it looks like these vampire spawns crawled out of that. So it looks like this was an ambush spot. But they had essentially allowed themselves to go back up. So it was kind of like they were fighting on the ground, but then one of them went up to kind of break them, separate them. And they went after the one that tried to escape. And then one by one, they started like going down the thing and were getting decimated essentially. The one, for example, that has water coming out of it, it looks like this person used a torrent of running water to literally burn the inside of this vampire, knowing that is one of their weaknesses. The best thing I can also kind of say is that the person that was killed, you get a timeline of how long this happened. The vampires seem to have been dead about a day, while the person who is dead here, it looks like they've been dead for a few hours. It doesn't look as if that they were killed. Like, it looks like there was a process. It looks like time elapsed. So something caused there to be a lengthy pause. They did not leave this room. No one moved, no one left, no one tried to explore anything. But the person that was killed, this woman, they died a few hours ago. And in dying a few hours ago, it was a lengthy time away from from the events that had taken place. However, you can also tell from, I'd say, the condition of their body and the condition of this other individual, like the man, that there was very little rest taken. Now, Wystera.
Yep.
With your insight in the sarcophagus, you peer into that slit. You begin to see something. Shadow images, almost like a shadow play being performed in front of you. It's interesting. You see one individual, central, enter into the sarcophagus, basically. And from there, at their side, there are two people. One person holds a heart. This is a heart that is given to the central person. The central person gives a heart to them. The other person behind them holds a dagger, some kind of sword or some kind of weapon. The person in the center turns to the person with the heart. They take out their own weapon and they stab the figure through the heart, and then that person dies. And then what happens is they begin to pull the heart up and pour it down over their face. Then the other individual with the dagger drawn strikes them in the back and strikes them again and continues to strike them, and this person dies. Then you see the individual that had poured the heart on their face, been stricken in the back, lying down, and then the other two figures disappear as just the central figure lying down. They rise up, and then you begin to see power emanate from them. You begin to see them take up to the sky, running through, like flying through the air. This figure begins to take on immense power, and then the play repeats.
Does Wystera have any knowledge from her demonic knowledge of what's happening here?
Your devil knowledge?
Yeah, at least any sort of context. I think she'd have a
Well,
little bit of context.
given the insight of this, you're getting a sense that whatever the sarcophagus is that it's the idea of a promise of power.
Yeah.
This thing seems to be actually giving something to someone, but an act must be committed. This one shows two specific acts. Two things must be done in order for power to be obtained.
Right.
And I will let you, David, express openly how you interpret that play. I will let you, as Wystera, or like even yourself, express openly what you think is being telegraphed here.
To the group.
No.
No.
This is a moment of
Oh,
metagaming.
I'm with you. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm with
a
you.
moment of metagame where I would like you to express
Yep.
what
Yep.
you believe this is interpreting.
Cole's notes. I would think this is a triumvirate where the dying from the front and dying from the back creates a hole, and leaving the heart, of course, that's easy. Drinking the essence plus being stabbed in the front and being stabbed in the back leads to a second triumvirate, which gives a certain creature a great amount of power. Is that the direction you were wondering if I'd go?
I was wondering what exactly you're extracting from this
Yeah, that's
information.
what I would extract from that, and that it's a blood sacrifice, and the fact that I believe you said one stabbed in the front, the other stabbed in the back, is somehow a allegory for the full being, plus drinking the blood heart. I mean, we can take that from anywhere, including Indiana Jones, and then you get one person rising out of this. It's a sect of some sort, and that person gains great power out of this.
I'm going to simplify this very much for you in one respect as well, because you're definitely picking up on it. And this is something that Wystera can definitely read into it with this as well. It's not like I'm going like, "Whoa, you got to figure it out." It's like you have read into this. What you're seeing is that this individual must kill someone they love and take their essence. And then someone else, one that is filled with hate, secrecy, something hidden, kills that person. When that person kills them, that person will be able to resurrect and resurrect with great power. What you begin to hear, and I will allow that insight check to come in as a moment of aha for Wystera, but only Wystera alone,
Yep.
is that you understand Tristan is goading Kari. He is trying to get Kari to kill him.
Fuck me.
Every moment, Kari. Every moment we've traveled through this land. Drindath continuously put herself in the ways of greater Horus to the point where some evil from the sky descended upon us, and Drindath said, I will be here. I did not see what happened to her. I could not see. Crash turned into some monstrosity from this world. I do not understand, Kari. I do not understand it. And I refuse to allow for their sacrifices, for them to be pursuing these things. Treachery is brought against us. It was brought against us so many times. We have tried to save these people. We have tried to help, but they are not helping us. No one is trying to help us. No one will. And so we must help ourselves. We must be the ones to do this. I do not understand why you are not honoring your own friend's sacrifice, why you want to limit their lives, why you want to limit their... Did you not care for these moments when you'd seen growing with Mishan? Did you not care for them ever? Did you not care that one day that their life would mean something? Did you not care that someday that they would actually achieve some level of greatness? Mishan is lying, dead now, Kari. She is dead. You want that life to mean nothing. Is that what you are saying? Do you want her to mean nothing to you? Did she mean nothing to you?
How far away am I from Kari?
From Kari and Tristan, I would say about 15 feet. Maybe even 10. I'd say that. Yeah.
Okay. I would like, if I may, I'm assuming I may, I'd like Wystera to move right in between the two of them and look straight at Kari.
Kari, right now, is looking at her brother and then looks at you. What you see in her face, tears streaming in her eyes. Her mouth is closed. Horror is on her expression. She does not know what to do. You stare at her.
Listen to me, Kari. Do not do anything. He is trying to goad you. You cannot hurt him.
He says, "Who are you speaking? Do you not understand? Do you not understand any of this? Do not look at her. Look at me. Look at me."
I turn around and say, "Oh, I understand, all right."
Please. If you understand, then you understand this is the only way. This is the only way for this.
Only way for what?
For us to end him. To kill him. The only chance we have. Only chance that we have. He's going to look at you. Looks at you. I know you cannot understand. You don't understand. None of you could possibly understand.
I understand power and what you want.
What I want.
Does not mean you need to put your sister through this.
I want to save these people from themselves, and I want to save them from this creature, this devil that they refer to. I want to send his entire castle toppling down upon him.
At what cost?
So much has already been spent. He looks at all of you. How long? If you are here, you must have at least been through this valley for some time. How long? What have you seen? What horrors have you been put through? What things have you had to do? What things have changed you? Look at yourself. Marked, flesh exposed. You carry so many scars. You cannot tell me that this is a natural thing that has occurred to you before you had entered this land. I am a man who understands severity of wounds. I've healed many. You should be begging for death. And yet you stand. You, I see that your feathers, your plumage, it is unnatural in its coloration. You yourself are probably touched by this world in some way. And this one, I cannot say that I would not be surprised if they came in with all of their appendages before they came here. I'm speaking because there's no other way. I refuse to let my friends' lives be for nothing.
I whirl around as he is talking about all these other people, And I attempt to whisper in Kari's ear exactly what I know, what I believe I know.
Go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
"15.
Okay. As he is speaking to every one of your allies, you go to Kari. What do you say?
He is attempting to goad you to kill him so that he may be resurrected in the belief that he can kill Strahd." And then I move away and get out from between the two of them.
Tristan turns Ken. There's nothing more to discuss. Nothing else. I know none of you can understand this. Kari, I need you to listen. Kari is going to come up behind him and is going to punch him in the face.
Behind?
No, when he turns to face her, she punches him in the face.
Got it.
I'm going to give her advantage. She turns around and punches him right in the face. And he drops to the ground and goes unconscious.
Kari!
Her fist is shaking. There is no mist rising from it. She just strikes him. And she goes to her knees and she cries. Her fist pounded into the ground, punching it over and over again. She goes over to Michonne. She moves over to her face. She holds it. With a single gesture of lay on hands, she seals the wounds and seals the holes in her body, seals the center hole through her chest. Well, actually, no, she seals everything except that. She walks over to Tristan. Still crying, she takes her bloody knuckles and touches his head, shaking, runs it through, and wakes him up. He wakes up. Well, she first examines his face, like looks to his teeth to make sure he's who he is. And sadly, it is just him. She looks at him, wakes him up. He's still dazed. I want you to stop talking right now. I don't want you to say another word. I'm going to show you something, and then we are leaving this place right now. She picks him up. She takes him over to Michonne. Shows him the hole in her chest. I want you to just see this. I want you to look at it. That's all I want you to do. I want you just to look. Just look. Don't say anything. Don't talk to me. Don't throw anything in my face. Just look. Just look at what you did. Just look at what you did and accept it. Look at what I'm carrying with me. Shows him the shield. Look at this. She found this. She found this on the bridge coming here. You know whose this is. You brought them here. And you did this. I want you to see this again, because when we are out of here, when we leave, I want you just to remember I cannot bury my friend right now because I don't know what is going to happen. We're going to take her, and I want you to remember that you did this to her, and you did this to me. You did this to me. What you did to her, you did to me, and I want you to remember that. Because we are carrying her out of here. I want you to know I have nothing to say. I have so many questions. And one of them is why right now I don't want to hear you speak or say anything, because my other thing to say to you is how dare you? Would you do this to me? Enough. Enough. Look at what you did. Accept it and get the fuck out of here. She grabs onto McKinnon. Tristan says nothing, cannot say anything, and shaking and sobbing and crying, trying just to reach out to her, but she is controlling him. With her hand on him, anytime he speaks, she just kind of jostles him. That is it. She picks up McKinnon as best she can. Eren comes over with one arm to help. She looks at all of you. Thanks, I guess. Thanks for coming with me. I know you don't fucking care, Squally, but thank you. And begins to walk. Going back up the steps and stairs. I will say to Squally, as this kind of begins to go, you would notice that there is another break in the wall. There's another kind of broken space. Like a hole in the wall that you could potentially go down if you would not as another kind of like a hole in the space of this chamber. And there's the other two sarcophagi here as well.
You know what? I think Squally's good. Squally's trying to process what he just witnessed with a lot of confusion. Squally doesn't
Okay.
care about the wall. Unless he feels Strahd's there and he could get to Strahd from there, but no.
What you heard is that bringing the castle down is probably going to be where Strahd is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I think Squally's gonna start heading to the castle, if anything.
Yeah, I think Wystera would immediately get close to Kari just in case Tristan pulls anything.
Okay. Sly?
Hmm. Yeah, I think so. I was just gonna kind of follow along with the group, similar to sort of just keep an eye on Tristan, just because wary of what to expect from that.
Okay.
So like just as we're walking through, just like his hand is just like resting on the hilt of his sword.
Okay.
Is Eren sticking with Irina?
Eren
Probably
is
the
with Irina. He's helping Kari right now. Mishan. I would say for the sake of this, is taking most of the load with it. So Irina is presently not in the company of Kari or Eren. Um,
cool,
she
and
does say
I don't know who she is, hey.
no, you don't.
Cool. Squally tails behind.
As you kind of move past this person, Squally, you do hear them utter, "That's sad. I met this person a few weeks back, and before they had seemed so driven, optimistic. And she just kind of begins to walk with all of you.
Squally turns kind of blue.
You can go ahead and add a a wind fan to your inventory list, Squally. Yeah,
Everyone needs a fan.
everyone needs a fan. Who has the sun sword blade? I believe it is Vistra. Yeah. You guys begin to make your way down the staircase leading out of this chamber. You're going back into complete darkness at this moment. But Vistra, if you wish to have the sword activated, you are welcome to.
Absolutely. I was just about to that I think she would have pulled that out as once following Tristan and Kari up the stairs.
Got it. Guys begin to make your way, heading down the stairs. And back outside of this chamber, keeping safely away from anywhere where those skulls might be able to see you. Where do you all go? Kari, I can tell you, she's heading out. She's going to be leaving out the front door.
Yeah, Squally wants to leave too.
Okay.
Does oh, this is so weird. Does Vistra gotta phrase this right? Does Vistra have any sense that there is still something for her in this place?
Oh, yeah. And you are aware everyone else is going. And yeah. um, I will say this. Kari and Squally begin to get up towards the steps of this chamber, going up the staircase. Sly, you're keeping an eye on Tristan. Tristan is with Kari, Eren. They're going that way as well. Wystera, if you hold back for a moment, they will get to the top of the stairs. Before the light is kind of like out of their range. So you'll be kind of like down at the base of the staircase, a few ways away, about 35 feet away from everybody else, about 30 feet basically. Yeah.
I call out, Sly, could I speak with you a moment, please?
So I'll do a quick little like look back at Tristan and Kari,
Yeah.
and then he'll kind of, while keeping them in sight, he'll come over to Wystera.
Yeah, and I'll meet Sly halfway, so it's not like summoning. Sly, there is more for me here. There is more for us here. There is more power. There is more help to be found. I do not know what it is, but I cannot leave yet. What I was told in the water, I have not discovered, and I don't expect you to stay, but a major piece of this puzzle is still here, and we cannot expect Kari, I know Eren is going to want to stay, and Squally is, well, at the moment, unable to help. So if I must stay here by myself, I will, but I would appreciate your help. Sly, you know the story about this sword. And you know the story about these two brothers, we have been told. Sly, I believe there are two swords. And we are going to need both of them to defeat Strahd.
What makes you so sure the other sword is in here?
I looked down at my necklace.
You see the necklace radiating purple light, the amethyst.
And I have been pulled here in a way that is, well, it is not just about Kari's brother. There's more going on here, much more.
Okay, so what are we supposed to tell the group? Like
Exactly. I would try, but I don't think Kari wants to hear from me right now. And I would tell them exactly what I just said to you. But I don't know if I understand that Kari would need to get her brother out of here. I cannot ask her to keep her brother in this place.
Mm-hmm. Um, would Sly have heard Vistra saying that Tristan is trying to goad her?
I'll make a perception check.
Uh, 14.
Nope, you did not hear.
Nope. Okay. Mm. I know we've been looking for Tristan for so long, but I don't trust how he's acting now that we found him.
You feel you need to protect
I just
Kari.
know I feel it's just for the whole group. Like we're all so exhausted and we need rest and
As you both
I
are kind of like having this conversation here, they are at the top of the stairs now, and everyone's looking at you both because you're both talking at this, and now they're getting to the point where the light is needed for them to be able to see deeper. And you hear Kari call back down to you both. Vistra, Sly, come on.
I don't think Kari is in the best place to be making decisions.
I agree, but I do not begrudge her current decision of getting her brother the hell out of here. He is in a great deal of danger.
Yeah.
And whether getting out of here will help, I do not know, but he cannot be surrounded by this.
No.
Hey, both of you, come on. What are you waiting for? We can talk when we're outside of this place.
I look at Sly and I run up the stairs. And I say exactly the same thing to Kari. Everyone, I cannot go. There is more here.
As you get halfway, you begin to feel a draw, Vistra. Kari's like, what are you talking about?
Vistra thinks for a moment. Look, when I was in the water, I had a draw here that was about more than your brother. This is very important, as is your brother. But I believe 2 fighters, 2 swords. 2 brothers, 2 swords. There is more here, and we need it to defeat Strahd.
Vistra, I want you to look at what I'm carrying right now. We
This
have a
is
sword.
why I was talking to Sly. I do not expect you to bring your brother into this place.
We got the sword. We got
got
the sword. One
A
sword.
sword.
One sword. That's all we were told about. One sword. You were told about a second sword.
That's all you were told about. I suspect. Think about it. 2 brothers, 2 swords.
Vistra, I want you to think. I want you to think long and hard. I really want you to think. Please think. Think about what it is that I've talked to you about. This thing that is holding you here, It is not what we need. It's not what you need. Here, you have the sword right now in your hand. You want to carry that sword? You got it. I got a sword too. We got 1 sword, 2 sword. Sly's got 2 more right there. 4 swords that we can just use. That's 4. We don't need 5.
I understand, Kari. I have to go back.
Then give me that sword.
I give her the sword.
You go to give her the sword, and you hear a voice go, "What do you think you're doing?"
I stop, I turn around, I keep the sword, and I head back down the stairs.
Now, Kari is going to try to intervene, Wystera. Now, I will let you know, you and Sly are the only 2 people who got dark vision in your entire party, and there is no other sources of light right now.
Yeah.
Except for that sword that is currently on.
Yeah.
What do you do?
So how does she intervene?
She is going to lunge and get that sword from you. You have a bonus action before, you also have an action, but she's if it goes to us, if you try to turn away from her, she's going to attempt to try to grab that sword. But
Right, but the only source of light is the sword.
is the sword, and it's a bonus action to turn it on and off.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm using that bonus action to turn it off.
You guys go in complete darkness. Kari's going to try to make this attempt with disadvantage. Okay, I need you to make a sleight of hand check, and I will grant you advantage if Sly helps you.
I don't think Sly's gonna help him.
All
Sly's
right,
not gonna help Wystera.
I get that.
sleight of hand check.
17.
I got a 15. You are take the sword away, and you can begin to run. You feel the draw. Sly, you're the only one that.
Before Wystera runs by, I just put a hand out to block them. And I stop her and say, if there are 2 swords like you say there are, or suspect there are, one was designed to destroy Strahd. Do you not think the other one was designed to help him?
As you say that, Kari is screaming out to you, "Wystera, stop!" And she's going to try to find you, and is going to try to grab onto you. Oh, she's getting pretty good rolls right now. She's going to be able to try to stumble her way in the dark, but she can't go too far. Squally, are you doing anything? Are you also? You currently just saw the lights go out, and that sword is gone.
Squally panics first, I guess, because can't see anything, so it just but Squally hearing the thing about 2 swords, does he get any like whiff of thinking it might help him defeat this being that he thinks he can defeat?
Make a history check.
Cool. It's not the right sheet. Sorry, 1 second. No. History 18 again.
18. You've heard nothing of a second sword that could potentially be utilized. There's only one fabled sword that has been instrumental in the potential ideas of things to acquire to defeat Strahd, and that is the Sunblade. There's only one sword, even in your recollections of the things that you're going through the screams and wails of your mind and memory. There's only one sword that you've ever known that could potentially be utilized in this way.
Methinks that Squally would then want to stay with the sword if he can, because he wants to defeat this being. So Squally is going to light a torch.
Gonna take some time to do that, but you can definitely do it. So,
But
Wystera,
also kind of try to run in the direction.
sure, you can make a perception check with disadvantage, trying to go into that direction and seeing. But Wystera, you've been stopped by Sly, and you can hear Kari is coming up quick behind you.
Sly, please let me go. You don't have to come, but I have to go. And I attempt to.
Answer. I'm gonna stop Mister from trying to pass me.
Kari's about
Just
15
keep
feet away
getting
from
away.
you, Wystera.
I'm gonna say, what if this is trying to draw you in to benefit Strahd?
It's not.
How do you know that?
I
10
know.
feet.
I gotta go. And I attempt to disengage and get past Sly without assuming I don't have to actually hit him.
Sly,
I'm
I
not
would
gonna let
rather.
Vistra just like run by me.
if you want to take the
I'm gonna keep
disengage
standing in the
action,
way.
sure. If you take the disengage action, I will allow a advantage check on your athletics check, against Sly's athletics check. Well, I
Yeah.
could even it could be I think it could be either athletics or acrobatics if you're trying to get out of it. And I'll allow an advantage if you commit to the disengage, but it will mean you move slower.
Yeah, fair. I would think I would think it would be acrobatics with Vistara. So I would do that. But
Squally,
I don't want to try to take him.
What was I rolling for? I know I had
perception,
perception.
disadvantage.
Thank you. Yeah, so I got a 20, dirty 20, because I rolled a 16 and a 17, and I have a +4.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. You stumbling in the dark are able to make out and hear the sounds of these two people squabbling in the night in the dark, and you're like slowly creeping up behind them with the torch in your
Wait for me. Squally
hand.
doesn't really say anything. Squally's just yeah, he's just doing his own thing, but he does know he
Yeah.
needs to stay
Hey,
with the torch.
ironically, listening and hearing voices in the air is kind of your fucking shtick, my guy. You got it. All right. What we get?
Okay. Vistara acrobatics.
Oh, do I have to roll acrobatics or
No, you roll
Athletics for you.
I have to roll
athletics.
athletics? Okay.
Holy shit.
Who do you want to hear from first, DM?
I want to hear the base DC, which is Sly.
And I only get advantage on strength checks if I'm raging, right?
Right.
Fuck. Okay, that's a 14.
17.
Fuck.
You slip out of Sly's grasp and begin to make your way going down the western side room because it's the only one that's like close to you. If you were trying to cross over anywhere, you know you'd be going into danger. It's the nearest one that you go to, and you begin to make your way. Now you are going slower because you've gone this, and the only person that can see you is Sly. So Sly, you do still have your action. What do you want to do here?
I'm
Kari,
um
you see Irina.
yeah, I'm gonna tell Squally to wait there.
Squally's just like against the wall.
Squally's
Just-
actually doing pretty good
just-
going down the stairs, like inching your way. Even
And
though
Slide's gonna run
His wings
after
up.
and just try and grab Vistra's arm and keep them from running.
Okay, so Squally, you've been told about this. You're getting that torch ready. You'll probably be getting able to light it in a couple turns here. Kari just kind of says to you, Sly, like she kind of leans out, she can't see her. Sly, stop her. You gotta get her back out of here. We gotta get out of here. And she's gonna just stay there and wait for a light, and she's gonna stick around. She's gotta get her head right. She's gotta watch her brother. All right, Sly, you begin to chase after Vistra. Here's the thing, guys. Oh, sorry, yeah.
I'm also kind of like like far enough because I'm scared of Sly that I don't want him to like come at me, but like I'm still gonna try to follow them.
Oh, you are gonna follow? You're not gonna leave?
No, I'm staying with the Sun Sword as best as I can.
Oh, fuck yeah, okay. So yeah, Kari's gonna be sticking around in darkness, and you are getting a torch ready. So, Sly, chasing
Mhm.
after Jesus Christ. So here's the thing. Your natural speed is already better than Wystera's can be. So, and Wystera
Yeah,
has
get
put
wrecked.
herself, yeah, yeah. So Wystera's put herself in a position where she will be able to also nimbly be able to try to break out of it if she's committing to disengage. So here's how it's going to work. Sly, you being able to commit to grabbing Wystera is already feasible. Wystera, you are being carried as well by this shadow, the presence of the shadow beings in this thing. I'm remembering that 100 you rolled way back when. That is still carrying with you. So I'm going to give you an opportunity here, Wystera. You have access to those, your features, your warlock features while you're in this temple. If you need some time just to kind of like look over anything you can need, I will allow you for some ingenuity shit. But Sly, you're coming up on Wystera right now in the dark. Go ahead. What are you doing?
Oh, so I was just gonna try and grab Fister's arm and stop her from running. And just, what's he say? And just try and get the clarification of the voice that Vistra's hearing.
Okay. I need you to make an athletics check, and Wystera can still make that one with advantage, that acrobatics check with advantage.
Why is Vistra getting advantage with it?
I'm just allowing that for the disengage action of this thing,
Okay.
that commitment to it. I'm just allowing that as a basic thing to be able to do it, to be able to committing to this.
Okay.
Actually, I think because it's been broken, it needs to be athletics, because it's contested athletics. To escape from it is acrobatics. So Wystera, you get advantage, but on an athletics check until the grapple happens, and then you can do acrobatics. That is at least my understanding of this rule thing. Yeah, I want to make sure I'm doing it fair for everybody and making sure we don't just go into crazy dice rolls.
Okay, but I'm making an athletics check.
Oh, or it is acrobatics for the person that is dodging. So you can do acrobatics if you want, Wystera. Yes, you are doing athletics, Sly. You can do acrobatics if you want, Wystera.
Okay, I will do that.
Who's saying first?
Anybody can go.
I cast Thaumaturgy.
I rolled a 22.
Yeah.
Cool. The ground kind of shakes a little bit.
I was hoping for the other kind. I was
the
hoping
loud booming roar?
the voice.
Sure, you can cast that voice all you want. What do you say?
Let her some voice, let her be.
Oh, Sly, you hear a voice that is not belonging to Wystera as you approach her. This shadow face almost like echoes out, hits you through, and you just slam into Wystera as you grab onto her. Yeah,
So do I have like Vistra wrapped up?
you got Wystera wrapped up really good right now.
Yeah, really does, because my acrobatics was a 3.
Sly, that voice, maybe the voice is not familiar, but the sensation of that, you remember that kind of feeling a while back. It's like that kind of like phantom feeling that you have with something missing from you.
Phantom. Wait, phantom feeling missing from me? What?
Phantom Menace?
Yeah, you know, like a phantom pain, you know, like those
Like a
things or like those elements where someone's missing,
like
like, you know, in their
ghostly
body.
evil.
There's something that you feel that reminds you of the sword you had before.
Oh, okay.
That phantom sensation. So you grab Wystera at this moment. Squally, you're coming up, getting that torch already set up. Wystera, what are you doing now? It's going to be your turn here.
Jesus Christ, these people.
Yeah.
I scream, eyes turn purple, and I attempt to get away by I don't want to try and hurt him because I know what's going to happen to me if I do. But I again, I attempt to stomp on Sly's foot and try to elbow my way out.
Yeah, this is an athletics breaking for sure. This is definitely
Good
going
luck,
to be it.
Wystera. Good fucking luck.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll, Sly.
Athletics again.
Yeah, athletics again.
Stepped on his paw.
What'd you roll?
14.
Fuck, I rolled an 11.
Oh, you step right on top of his paw, and then he goes like, ah, that breaks the grapple when you begin to move.
I run like hell.
You're
Is there
dashing.
any chance that through all this I have any sort of sense of where to go?
You are feeling a pull. I mean, you're feeling a draw in this space.
I know
but
it's
you
a
are just
general draw, but I'm wondering if I can
you
block the draw.
you didn't really get, and this is the thing, you didn't get anything that was like kind of pulling you to a specific location. You just were given one bit of advice kind of to explore the space, but you begin to run down, and you begin to run down steps now, leading to a deeper space. Sly, you're going to be picking up, and Squally at this point, torch lights up. What you guys begin to see is you guys begin to go on this journey. Wystera, you are going downstairs that lead to this winding maze of a temple. You begin to see alcoves of these figures and statues in the dark. You hear laughter, cackles, screams, and wails from distant echoes, like throughout this whole space, as if they've been here for centuries, running down, moving, the hilt of the sword in your hand. Sly, you're making your way, like moving through like a beast, and Squally, you're coming down there with a torch, man of action, kind of like making your way down behind these two. Yeah, we're coming to a moment where we're getting to a landing, making your way. And this is kind of a stairway where it's like you are, what is it called? There's no railing kind of like coming down on the space. You're making your way, turning down the maze. Sly, you see Wystera getting down to this landing. What do you do?
I'm gonna try and like, how far are they? How far is she?
You're gonna be able to get right onto
Cool,
onto
I'm
her
gonna
with your
try and gator tackle her.
Gig. Make that athletics check. Acrobatics there for you, Wystera, is to dodge, not with advantage.
Yep.
30-20.
You fucker. 19.
Oh,
You just like stumble, and you hold on to yourself enough that you hold on to the hilt of the sword. Like it's just basically you go down like 1 foot and that's it. But you are prone on the ground right now, and Sly is like not fully rolled over, but you're both knocked down.
okay.
Help me. I'm
trying to, but I need you to think clearly first.
I am thinking clearly.
I've thought that too, and I wasn't.
Well, you have a point. You have a point. However,
Squally, you're running down the steps. You can't really see these two at this moment, but you are making your way. You guys can see the torchlight right behind you.
Squally just butts in her way down.
oh, you're muted.
Sorry, I have a question, DM.
Yeah.
When I used locate object for the sun sword, did I lose it? Because I learned that from.
You had that with the voice of Ismark. That voice is no longer in, or voice of Sergei. That voice is no longer in you, so the object has been located. That ability's gone.
Okay, I did lose it. I just kind of wait on the stairs. I'm just observing. I'm just there.
I have never asked any of you to trust me before. Trust me now, Sly. Do not let Kari stop me.
I think
Please.
I trust you. I don't trust the voices you say you hear.
I get it. Sly. This world.
What if this is Strahd trying to get something that will strengthen him? You
I am
haven't answered that.
You guys begin to hear some really dark creeping sound coming around the underneath the stairs from here.
Hey guys.
What?
While Vistra's distracted, I'm gonna try and steal the Sun Sword.
There's a thing.
Okay. I'll say athletics check and a sleight of hand check with you there, Vistra.
Fucker.
Sorry, I'm doing athletics.
You know what? No, it's sleight of hand because you're trying to do this in a lightning quick moment. This is sleight of hand for you too.
Okay.
Great sleight of hand for a cat. I hope it sucks.
Fuck, it does too. Holy shit.
All those paws. No thumbs.
Right. All paws.
All paws, no thumbs. Fuck.
Hell yes.
Fuck.
Would you roll, Vistra?
Oh, sorry, I didn't say it loud enough. 12.
Okay,
I
you
try
get
and
out,
muscle it
and
out.
Sly has broken the hold on you to try to grab
Fucking
onto this.
shit.
You're prone right now, so you can try to get up. Are you going to try to
Oh,
move?
hell yeah.
You get up. Sly, your attack of opportunity, you get a chance to grab after, but you're prone on the ground. So it's going to be with disadvantage. So acrobatics check and
Yeah.
disadvantage roll.
I do acro and dis.
You do athletics with this.
Okay. Fuck, 9. 10.
15.
Fuck, I rolled a 19 before that.
Vistra is breaking away and getting
Fucking
farther
bullshit.
and getting away farther from you. As Vistra starts to run, Vistra, you notice jumping out of the darkness from the bottom of the stairs to go and meet Sly is a creature that is like a hunched. It's wearing like these like wizard robes and cloaked, coming up out of the way with a like covered in like almost like the way that it would be like of blades and stuff of pieces of parchment stabbed into its like spiny just like completely deformed body with a central green eye in the center of its mouth and just nasty tiny rows of teeth leaping out to go between you and Sly and going after Sly.
I turn, use my bonus action to turn the sun sword on, and I attempt to behead it as it heads towards Sly.
Oh shit, go ahead and make an attack roll then. You add 2 to the attack and 2 to the damage if you hit.
Okay.
And this is a finesse-based weapon, so you also add your dexterity and your proficiency, because you're proficient in martial weapons.
Okay, thank you. Right, it's dex now, not chaw. All right. Sorry, just doing, 14 to hit.
Ooh, and you're adding how much? What is it you're adding?
I'm adding, so it would be 4. My roll plus 4. So I rolled a 10, and then I add 4, no?
You add your proficiency bonus, which is 3.
Yep, plus 1
Dex
for
is
dex.
1, plus another 2, because the sword itself has an inherent plus 2.
Sorry, you
That's
just said that.
16.
Sorry, sword
Yeah.
adds 2. Yeah, so in that case, 16.
Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll, and you can roll. If you're rolling with two-handed, like you can roll with a D10, and you add your dex plus 2 to the damage. So we would add plus 3.
Holy shit. Okay, I gotta write this down. Sorry, DM, or I'm gonna screw it up every time. Let's get this right now. So I can choose to do two-handed or one-handed, is what you're saying.
Yes, exactly the same way that you would a longsword.
Okay, all right. One-handed, so two-handed would be add 3, and one-handed would be add 2.
Hmm? No, you roll a D8 if you roll one-handed or D10 if you do two-handed.
Ah, okay,
There.
got it.
That's versatile.
Okay.
Or not versatile, but it's the properties of a longsword.
Okay. All right, right. Yeah, which I haven't used in a long time. Yes, two-handed, one-handed, and 3. Okay, yeah, I would. Yeah, I'm going two-handed on this. So now, with apologies, did not have my D10 ready. Coming, everyone. That's a fucking D8. D10.
You can roll less damage if you want. I'll allow it.
Rover's entered the chat.
Very, very kind, DM. Thank you. Very, very giving of you. There it is. All right. Now we're doing. My damage is 1 and plus, but this would be strength for a longsword, yes?
It's got the finesse-based property.
It's
So
got
it's a
finesse,
dex base.
so it's dex. Okay.
Yep.
Dex, not strength. Okay.
The sword is pretty dope.
Yeah, I'm starting to realize that. That is a 5 plus 3, you said? So
5
8.
plus 3, yeah. So 8.
So 8 damage.
Cut across the back of its head, and it turns immediately to face you. You see the giant green eye begin to stare your direction, and you begin to hear a voice say, "Do not intervene." Not with the creature, but in your head. Squally, it's your turn.
Oh, Lord.
Where is Squally in relation to the new thing? And
You are running down, and now that you can see the sun sword has been unsheathed, you see this like one-eyed creature going down as you're coming into the steps, and you see Sly on the ground and this creature, and like Vystra's fighting this creature.
oh, good
This
heavens.
devil person's fighting this creature.
I waddle down and I'm just gonna try to shoot the monster purple people eater dude with my crossbow.
Okay, make an attack. You
Well,
said purple people eater. You're not talking about Wystera, right? Or are you talking about
sorry.
Wystera?
No.
This
I'm
creature's
sorry.
not purple.
I know. You said one-eyed thing.
Ah,
Buying purple people eater. +5.
cool. +5
Right.
to what?
20. Dirty 20.
That hits.
Cool. Ow. God,
+5.
sleepy. That'll be 8 damage.
Ooh, 8 damage. Nice. Yeah, this creature gets shot in the back of the neck. Just staring up there. Sly, you and I are gonna roll off to see who gets to go first. Initiative check.
All right. I rolled a 9.
I rolled an 8. You get to go first.
Oh, hey.
Oh, baby.
It's just the one creature, though, right?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Sly is going to get up and draw his dagger and sword.
Sounds good.
Vystra thinks in her head, do not hurt them. And then
And then I'm going to attack this thing that just leaped at me.
Yeah, go ahead and make those attacks.
Okay. 10,
Misses.
7,
Misses.
fucking 8. I'm gonna do I don't know if I can do reckless.
You can do a reckless attack. You don't have to. You don't have to
Cool.
do it while you're raging.
Yep, I'll do reckless attack.
For the last attack.
And I rolled an 8 again. Fucking shit.
Yeah, you swing wildly against this creature as it's just dodging. Wystera, you hear a voice say, "If you want to be making demands and saying anything to me, bring me into the world, and then you will wield my power, and then can say something." This creature is going to grab on the creature that's missing it, grab onto you, Sly. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yippee. 24.
Okay, that wins. Yeah, you feel as this creature stares into you, its green eye turns like dull brown, and you feel something try to like tear at your flesh, basically, like internally. But you hold strong. Wystera, it's your turn.
Okay, the first thing Wystera does is think, fuck me, not again. Because those words remind her of a certain ex and something that he would say. So Vystera's like, fuck this. And is Wystera continuing to feel a pull in any, or is she feeling a pull in any specific direction at this point?
You are it's not the direction. You
I
are
know.
simply
I just thought it might have changed.
Nope.
Okay.
But you do feel that draw. You do feel that presence strong in you.
Yeah. How much farther? Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Can you please? So I have gotten to the bottom of the spiral staircase and now I'm in this
You
temple
got
and
to this landing section, and you're going to continue to run down some more steps before you begin to go into another section, like another
okay.
corridor.
That's what I wasn't sure of. Yes, I'd like to run down those steps into another section, please.
You begin to run down the steps to go into another corridor. You begin to go as you begin to dash and moving. You look and you're looking around. There's a straight path you can begin to go down, and it begins to go into this like really this like black marble area where you start to see shifting with the light of the sunblade in your hand. It's like it like repels a little bit as you begin to run down the space.
Interesting. I wondered. Okay. Yeah, what do I see? Do I perceive anything going on?
Just more of the chamber beginning to open up. It begins to split up as you go farther down if you want to keep going farther down.
Would the sun sword actually this is a weird question, but in this kind of darkness, would the sun sword be inhibiting my super dark vision?
No, it's not inhibiting it. No, it's not. You don't have superior dark vision or light sensitivity. You're not a drow. Like you just have the ability to perceive dim light in darkness, and
Okay, well,
when you have dim light, you get bright light. Like that's kind of all it is.
okay, all right. I just because I have 60 feet now, didn't you say that?
60 feet of dark vision, yeah. I mean, you can see beyond a little bit, yeah. Like you'll be able to see more, but the chamber basically splits off into two different directions. You have to continue
Okay.
moving down it. Yeah.
All right. I'm just thinking when you have a light, sometimes that screws up your ability to see farther in the dark, but if it's not an issue. Okay.
I'm not gonna be
All right.
science guy about it. You're fine.
Okay, so I have two
D&D right now.
choices. Fair. I have two choices.
Well, you just have one choice to keep going down straight the corridor, and it's going to open up to you if you once you get farther.
Okay, so I'll just go as far as I can with my dash action.
Sounds good. All right, we come down here. Squally, your turn.
I'ma hit it with my crossbow still, because I'm still fighting him.
Loading up that crossbow as you're kind of managing, like holding a torch in your beak, and you're trying to shoot this thing as well.
That's a 17.
That hits.
Cool. 6 damage, please.
I will mark down 6 damage. another shot right towards it. Sly.
But did I see the sun sword leave?
Yes, you did.
Ugh. I kind of want to keep. My motive is to stay with the sun sword, so I might kind of start running. I'll hit it, but I'll start running just to help Sly.
Sure, you're able to start running down the space, and you get down to the base right behind this giant cat guy. It's your turn, Sly.
Yeah, I'm gonna do what I did last time and just take 3 swings at this thing again.
Sounds good.
So, 21.
Hits.
Oh, it's a nat 20
Woo!
and a 23.
Those all hit. You love to see
There
it,
are my
folks.
rolls. Finally, there are my rolls. Okay, first up.
Just had to see something gazing into you intently, and you're like, no,
Hello.
I don't like it.
Okay. 4 damage with my dagger,
Okay.
and then get d6 plus strength. So 4. Plus 8 is 12. And then I double that. And then I get an extra one because of my savage attacks.
Yeah, you roll 3d6.
Like 3d6. Sick.
Nice.
And I don't add the strength mod to each roll, it's just to the total, right?
No, you add the strength mod to each
Each
roll.
roll? Oh,
Extra
sick.
attack. Yeah. The only one you don't really do it for, I think, is your well, you only have 2 attack. Oh no, you have light attack, so you just wouldn't add it to the dagger.
Yeah, I just have written on under my damage for the short sword, it's 1d6 plus my strength.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
You just don't add your strength to
My
like
dagger
to
attack.
one of your attacks. Yeah, because it's a light-handed weapon, but you don't have the ability to circumvent that with a feat. So you don't have like 2-weapon fighting. So you take away the strength modifier to one roll, just one roll, but you have the extra attack feat. So it's like 2 of your attacks get the strength modifier, but one of your attacks does not. So you have to omit the strength mod from one of your attacks that you make.
Okay.
Usually it's your 3rd attack.
Okay. 5, 7, 7, 14, 19, 31 damage.
Total?
Total, all 3 attacks.
All right. Tell me what you do to this thing. Tell me what you do.
I kill it.
Yeah. I stab it 3 times.
That voice came from
As
down.
it God, is that you? As it kind of yells up at me or does whatever the hell it's doing. It like it grabbed me and tried to like stare into my eyes kind of thing. Is that what it was
Yes,
trying to do?
exactly. Its central eye was staring right into your eyes.
Okay. Um Okay, I'm going to as it does that, I kind of like reach my arm around and like slash at the back of its legs to like crumple it down.
Hmm.
As it kind of crumples down, I take my dagger and stab it into the central eye, and then I take my short sword and like cleave it down the head and just like split its head like
A bunch of eye viscous goo like just begins to like peel and pulse out of it as you begin to take it down to the ground. Pathway is clear right now, but you begin to hear sounds all around you.
I'm hearing sounds all around me.
Yep.
sounds of more of these creatures?
Sounds similar.
Can I get a gauge of how many there are? Can I do some kind of check to get a guesstimate of how many?
Sure, make a perception check.
Squally just wants to run past and say, "We should follow," and then
Oh fuck, nat 1.
Nope.
Oh,
You just hear some sounds.
Guys, I think there's more than 2.
good.
a sound maybe.
I think there's at least 1. Honestly, that's even up for debate.
Okay, and then Squally's gonna run after the Sun Sword.
Not your
So
turn yet. Still Sly's turn.
How far is Wystera? Can I see Wystera?
No, you just see the light of that sunblade going down the corridor.
Ah, fuck.
You still got your movement.
Yeah, I'm just thinking now because Squally and Eren are like fucking sitting in the dark with nothing.
Well, Squally's right behind
Or
you.
Eren and Kari.
They'll make it out. I trust them. Well, he doesn't know them, but Squally trusts them.
I was
I
gonna
was
say-
about to say.
I just see you holding the cat, and I just picture Squally like seeing
Literally?
Sly upset
What
and
is
just being
this?
like,
My God,
Hey.
that's so cute. Oh my God.
Such
I'm
a
just picturing Squally like
Oh.
giving Sly a hug and be like, I trust them.
Pat, pat, pat.
This is literally a
Um,
child, and he won't leave. Don't talk to me and my son ever again.
fuck. Sly's gonna run down after Wystera.
Well, you leap down like cat-like down from the base of the stairs, and you can see Wystera beginning to make her way down towards this kind of like T intersection corridor, and that's as far as you get. Wystera, you make it to the space. You can see there's multiple doors here. There's a couple doors off to your left and right. There's like kind of walls that are pulled up. You look to your left, you see far at the end there's a door off to the side there. It's closed, it's sealed. You turn your right, you see that there's a door off to the side, and it's open.
Bonus action. Sword goes out.
Darkness.
I go right into that open door.
You start sprinting right. You get right in front of the door. You haven't entered just yet, but you can see inside. Right ahead of you, there's a sarcophagus. And it's luminescent in the amber, very faint darkness. But you can see that Sliver, as you get closer, starts to make up a sword right in that single crease. Sly, it's your Squally, it's your turn. The sun sword went out. You are on the stairs.
I'm following the direction and just kind of running, I guess.
Sounds good. You are running. You are catching up behind this cat creature. You're able to make up a little bit of distance. Sly, it's your turn.
Did I get I'm at the T intersection, you said?
You saw Wystera turn down the right path.
Okay, I'm gonna follow down that way.
You begin to sprint. Yes.
Sorry, are you sure? Because I did turn out the sun sword before I turned right.
Sly has dark vision and
Oh, right. Sorry. Forgot.
Yeah.
Sorry. Never mind.
Yeah, Wystera.
Sorry.
You begin to see the cat turn right, Squally, and you begin to rush up. You begin to make it right down to the corridor. You see another one of these creatures that you just passed by, Squally, right behind you. It's just kind of creaking and hiding itself between a corner and begins to pull out. Sly, you are running, sprinting towards Wystera, and you are able to catch her on a full dash. But here's the thing. You are not going to be able to commit an action to grab her because you're coming in dash action. You can use your body to flail it to try to throw her, but if you miss, you're going to completely miss her.
So I can throw my body to try and tackle her. What would I be rolling for that?
It would be a straight athletic. It would be a roll basically to hit with your body. It's not. It's like you're basically just trying to check it. And Wystera, you would make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
Or you could try to get in between the door, but that's going to be a dex-based check to try to fit your way through before Wystera can get in.
Fuck it, I'll do the body slam thing.
Sounds good. You're gonna roll.
Athletics.
This is gonna be a strength. This is just gonna be a straight strength check,
Just-
no athletics added.
Just straight strength.
I would allow you to do it recklessly if you want to.
Yep, I'm doing that.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking cats. And I'm doing you said a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw.
I got a 21.
What'd you get,
15.
Wystera? 15. Knocked 5 feet off to the side. Skirt to the side there. Because it's 15, 21. The sun's sword falls out of your hand. Just right off to the side there.
Yep.
We're going to go to a break and we're going to come right back after that. Yeah. Buckle up, babies. It's going to get crazy. All right. We'll be back in just a couple seconds, everybody.
I'm doing it.
Alrighty. We're going to start up right away. So, before David comes in, it's actually good because we do actually have to set something first. Squally, we have to roll for initiative for you. Jeez Louise, can I roll something good today? I'm not rolling a lot. I just need to roll something good.
17.
Okay, you're gonna go first. This this one-eyed creature here coming up from around the corner. You see this one? You can see that you can see in its body that it has what looks to be a bunch of like crystal balls, like kind of like hanging around its neck. Like there's a whole bunch of stuff that it's around it, and it also looks as if some of them are shattered and are just kind of like broken crystal, like cutting around and moving around its neck. That's what you see on this creature right now. Its eye is also a sickly green, and it kind of illuminates the space here as well. Like you kind of like catch it with a torch. You get to go first.
How close is it to me? Like within 5 feet?
It's gonna be. I'm gonna say it's gonna be within 15 feet.
Crossbow.
Shoot it.
22.
That hits.
Oh, 9 damage, please.
Holy cow, that's a powerful crossbow. You shoot and it sinks through one of the crystals. So this crystal splatters and creates additional shrapnel and pierces through, shoving crystal through its body, sticking through this creature. And it's going to come at you in a moment. Wystera and Sly, you are both standing up on your feet at this moment, trying to move up. The hilt of the sword is on the ground. Wystera, you do have a moment here talking with Sly, and you guys both see the torch down the corridor, seeing Squally and seeing that creature as well. I just want to let you know that you both see that. But Sly is in the way right now of the door.
Which door is that again? Do we know where this door leads?
You don't. This is just an open door. If you, I will say this: with your dark vision, you look in and you can see another tall sarcophagus similar to the ones that you saw in that big chamber before. So now you begin to see a similar thing to what you had seen before where Tristan was.
So in Vistra's imagination, she's about 10 feet away from this sarcophagus where she's seeing the red amber glow.
No, you're not away from that. You're knocked away from there. So you're now 30 feet away from it.
Okay.
Before you were going to be able to go into the room, but now Sly is kind of interceding between that door. You're kind of at a reverse L shape right now, and the hilt of the sword is on the ground.
So Sly's between me and that amber glow.
Because he shoved you, and he did such a good job on the shove that he was able to get in, not only in your way, but knock you to a point where you were set to the side and you dropped the hilt of the sword.
And the sword is just beside me.
It's a little bit of ways from you. So if you were going to go through that, I would give Sly an opportunity to react to you making an attempt to go to the sword, unless you tried to do a stealthful action.
Look, there's the sword. It is yours. And I point to the sun sword. Now get out of my way. And I start heading for that through that door.
All right. You begin to make your way to the door. Sly, do you do anything?
Yeah, you got me just as I was finishing my snack.
Then finish your snack and get the fuck out of my way.
Finish your snack.
How far is the sun sword and between me and
Not
Mr.
far
Ref?
at all. Not far at all. But if you were to go after the sword, you would open up the path for Wystera to go in.
Hmm. So I was just gonna let out like a big sigh, just be like, "Ugh," and go over and pick up the sun sword. But as Viscera walks in, so I was just gonna yell back, "How do you know this isn't a trap?
I know.
How?
I just do.
That
Okay, you go in. Vistra, you go over. Sly, I'm gonna let you know here. You go over to you see, you have the sword in your hand, and you can see Squally's off in the distance with the torch. We're gonna get to a moment here, but I want to just ask, where are you going?
how far is Squally with the torch?
60 feet from you.
60 feet.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm being attacked.
Help, help.
Do I hear that? Shoot, I hate being attacked.
I'm in danger.
I hate being attacked.
This
such
sucks that
that's
I'm
like
being attacked and no one's here to help me.
what a first edition statement.
Yes, yes.
The cleric is being attacked.
Help.
I wish there was one who could fight.
Or
Boy, I wish there was one who
D-
could fight. Or
DC
he.
Comics circa 1959.
You help me. That's rude to point.
I'm being attacked. Oh no.
Being attacked.
It's giving
Meanwhile,
stress.
so I just wait and see if Viscera has to fuck around and find out.
Sure. In that process,
Yeah,
Squally,
so
please
Sly's just gonna keep
Constitution
going.
saving throw.
Sly's gonna head over to Squally and the torch.
Make a Constitution saving throw for me, please, Squally.
Oh.
Question, can I dash so I'm there?
Not yet.
Ah.
That was a great sound, Kylah. Oh.
Oh.
10.
Oh.
Yeah.
You take 8 points of necrotic damage. as the eye stares and you begin to feel some of your internal organs beginning to deteriorate.
Yeah.
Wystera, you run into the room. Do you touch the sarcophagi?
Okay, could you, Sivu Play, describe just a little more detail what I see?
You got it. 8 feet tall. This large amber case with a sliver of shadow that is undiscernible to most, but you can make out the image of a sword. Mighty, majestic, strong, powerful in the center of this sarcophagi. There are 2 others in the chamber as well, one to the left and one to the right. The one to the left, you can see that it is an image of a veil that is being lifted, revealing something ghastly, like almost this plume of shadow begins to burst, like the veil covers and then bursting. And then the one to the right, you see what looks to be this like kind of ice. This cool, like this shadow is encased in like an ice. It's like the amber, but it's a different pigmentation trapped in the center of that.
Okay. And the center one is, yes, you just described that. Okay. So just to confirm, the sarcophagus obviously, the sliver, is that enough for me to reach my hand in an attempt to grab it, or is this still a heavy 50-pound sarcophagus cover between me and the sword?
You want to reach in and try to grab it?
So I can reach in if I want to.
It's a solid object. I'm asking you, Wystera, if you want to try to reach in and grab it.
Ah, I see what you're saying. Well, Wystera, in for a penny. Nice knowing you all. Yep.
You begin to reach in towards the actual sliver. And as you try, your hand presses against, and the shadow merges towards your hand, and you feel yourself go into it. Surrounded in amber, this demi-plane around you. You look around. And a moment happens where you hear heavy, armor-clad footsteps stepping towards you. And you turn. You see a woman in shadow, set in thick, heavy armor, pauldrons on her side, her hair long, like kind of like half cut, waving through. Her eyes are a red, set iris. She stands before you, this mighty warrior. Her scabbard is empty.
I kneel.
You immediately go to your knees.
One knee.
Yeah, you immediately go to your
Head
knee.
bowed. Yeah, one knee, head bowed.
I see you have entered the door. She places a gauntlet hand on your shoulder. You may look upon me, Wystera. You see shadow in her eyes. The majesty of the first champion washing over you. The warrior who brought the sword into being. Not the crafter, but the one who it was crafted for. Morado stands before you.
Wystera exhales, can hardly breathe, tear coming out her right eye.
She brushes her hand across it, not to slap you, but washes away the tears. Do not cry in the presence of a champion. Look upon them as something that you wish to become, Wystera.
Yes.
I see you have not brought the offering.
It is close. It got torn from my hands just outside.
She pulls up the scabbard. I was so hoping for you to be able to bring something to me. Unfortunately, I know what you bring does not give a full piece to what I have. It will not be able to manifest my entire power, but it will give you a small sliver that will carry you into your journeys.
What can I bring you? What have I... Please tell me. I will do anything.
She goes down on one knee to face you. Wystera, this is your problem. You have neglected and failed to understand the simplest of tasks. When you are a warrior and a champion to wield the sword, your task becomes clear. It becomes easy. No interpretation necessary. Those that have put us in chains, those that have believed they be better than us and shaped the world in their image, these beings, men of might, will fall, and we will make them fall. You think too much. You interpret too much, and yet you understand very little. I made it very clear. I demand the sun to be brought to me, and you do not have it. So I'm going to make this very clear for you now, Wystera. You are going to go back to that world of yours, into the temple. You are going to take that sword, and you are going to thrust it into the sheath, and you are going to do these things in order to get me back, to bring the sword back to its full power, so that you will not just topple kings, but you will topple gods, archdevils, and every other being that believes it is holding power that it does not deserve. We will be a champion for those that are not champions and set those free that cannot free themselves.
Vystera's face turns into a snarl. Yes.
Go now. If the sword leaves without entering this sheath, I will cast you out forever, and you will never be graced with Morado's presence again. And I will tell you this now. If you feel that my powers are something to scoff at, if you will use me to keep yourself at a distance again, I am a champion that demands to be drenched in the blood of my adversaries, and you will take me to the front lines, Wystera. No more fear, no more cowering. You will lead armies, and you will lead us all. And I will do this with you. Now, Wystera, normally, the sarcophagi require a charisma saving throw when you are about to turn and leave it, because something in you will be altered forever. I'm going to ask you if you will willingly be altered forever by this being and by
Yes.
this. All right. We'll get to what that means in a moment, but what it just means right now, nothing is going to keep you away from your goals. I'm letting you know that. You pull back. The shadow is still inside, but it wants to come back, and you can see the end of that scabbard. A little point waiting to be pierced. You turn around and you begin to see Sly run over to Squally. This is where we're coming back into the moment. Okay, Squally, it's your turn.
That was my crossbow action. 23.
That hits.
6 damage.
6 damage. Wystera and Sly, roll initiative. Sly, you're already going to be a little bit ahead of Wystera right now. You're going to be 40 feet ahead of her.
I rolled a 6.
Okay.
7.
Wystera, you go first. So, 40 feet away.
How close are they to the sun sword?
Sly has it in
He has
Sly, you
grabbed
have
them.
it in your hand, right? So Sly has it in his hands.
Yeah.
Okay. I pop out and yell, Sly, throw me the sun sword, quick!
Sly's just focused on getting to Squally and helping him out right now. Like,
Sly
Sly
doesn't
doesn't
turn
even
around.
register.
So Sly just ignores her?
Yeah, it's just simply running.
Sly just keeps going to Squally. Like, he's
And
not trying to have this discussion because he knows.
okay. How far away am I from Squally's attacker?
From Squally's attacker, you would be. You're 40 feet from Sly. He's 20 feet. You would be about 75 feet. Sly's 25 or 35 at this point.
This point, you told me we were 60 feet away. And I used my.
You were 60 feet from Squally, the attacker. You are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you're 20 feet from Squally. Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to move my 30 feet. If I move 30 feet towards Sly, how much closer does that get me to Squally's attacker?
You move 30 feet minus 75. That's 45 feet.
Okay, all right. And Wystera does her and eyes go purple, and she's going to attempt to cast Eldritch Blast at the thing that is attacking Squally.
Go ahead and roll attack.
26 to hit.
That hits. Go ahead and roll some damage. And I believe that's 2d10 for you.
Correct.
Baby, it's back.
10 plus 5, 15 damage.
Did you have any Eldritch invocations to increase the damage?
Oh, it's been so fucking long.
It's been a while.
Yes. Yes, I'm so adding my charisma mod. Agonizing blast.
How much is that?
That is +4. So 19 damage.
You send off this purple streak of force energy that shoots out like a lance, penetrates and almost completely takes the arm off of this like one-eyed individual, just staring right towards you and Sly. Okay, Sly, it's your turn.
That was my first.
Oh, that's right, it's your first. Holy shit.
Next
It's
one
been
is right. Next one was, oh yeah, just hit a 10 plus 4, so 14.
You have to roll for damage though still, right? Oh, right, no, you shoot. Or do
Uh,
you have to roll to hit twice.
Yeah, it's separate attack rolls, is it not?
Yeah, so you have to roll to hit again.
Yep. Which is 17.
That hits.
Cute. And then we had 9. 10.
No.
Sorry. Not add, Dave. Cha. 12. 12 damage.
The lance goes right through this creature's eye and just it sinks to the ground and falls on top of the crystal baubles around it, and it's dead.
Sly, throw me the sword. Quick.
Sly staggers to a halt, just kind of like looks at like the creature and then looks back at Wystera and is kind of like reluctantly just throws the sword.
Squally, you are next to act as the sword is tossed in the air.
That's what Squally does.
So where I need a layout. Where's the sword? Me. Oh, sorry, I'm back here. Sly's here. Wystera's over there.
You are 20 feet from Sly and 40 feet from Wystera. So you are just, yeah, the sword is being tossed right now into the air and is sailing. So you're going to be about 30 feet from where the sword is at as the toss happens.
And what's around us? It's just a corridor.
Corridor. Yeah. Black marble all around the lining space. Yeah.
Not gonna make it, but maybe I can do something. Uno momento, por favor. Squally. How much does Squally want to fuck up shit? That's the question.
That is a very good question.
Squally needs the sword. I am going to cast Dimension Door. Yeah. Squally just wants to know what Wystera wants with the sword. So I'm gonna teleport myself to be able to catch it.
Oh, for
Yeah.
God's sake.
Yeah. So Wystera, you see this hilt flying in the air towards you, and just then a silver doorway opens up and a bird falls from the sky, grabs the sword in the air and lands on the ground. Squally, you have a bonus action and your movement.
I'm gonna back up from Wystera for a second, for sure. and just say, I believe it's apparent to all parties that we need this for Strahd. I don't understand where you're trying to take it or what you need it for. I'd understand if you'd need it as a torch, but I'm pretty sure you can see very well.
I need it for protection to go back in there.
For protection against who?
Against a rather large demon that I must deal with in order to get the other sword.
And how are you proposing to deal with it?
With great...
What the fuck?
Fuck! Wow.
Why does it always happen to me? Anyway. I don't know if it's gonna do it again.
That couldn't have been better timing.
I don't know what to do.
Yes. How do you propose to deal with this very large demon you speak of?
I don't know, but we are running out of time. Please.
What is the demon asking of you?
The demon has not asked anything of me yet.
Do I believe that?
That's not how it works.
I need a deception check, Wystera, and I need an insight check.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm pretty sure Vista is trying to screw us over, and I don't like that. Though I don't know her, so I have very limited trust. How does a 22 fit for insight?
Deception is 18.
Okay. So I'm gonna set the boundaries here. As it stands, Squall, you know that information is being withheld. Something is not sitting right with you. The demon nature of something seems plausible. What's interesting is that you're saying it's in there. You do not see a demon from where you are standing. You don't hear a demon necessarily. You hear a lot of fucking shit in your head. So you would have to take some time to maybe check out and suss out if that's a thing. As seeing someone who just lanced the shit out of the thing that was just attacking you that you sent 2 crossbow bolts in, it's a little interesting that this person needs the sword specifically for that. And that's what you get from that. Sly, you are also able to see Squally kind of standing in between here at this moment.
Based on what I've seen here, you two are supposed to be a part of a party, and all I have seen is fighting so far. I propose that I act as a middleman, and we go in together to see how truthful this is. Because personally, myself, as a hermit, I don't have many friends, and it pains me to see if one friend is hurting another friend, but also disobeying, or no, what's the word I'm looking for? Acting in distrust against their party, and I'd hate to see it. My proposition is that we go together and see what happens. And I look over to Sly. I look at Vistra. I'm holding the sun sword. Sound good?
Sly gives a nod.
And you? If you are telling the truth, and if this will help us in the end, you should let us come in to help you.
I am trying to keep you from getting hurt here. I come from this world. I am used to this world. I am used to these demons and these warriors and these dark images. You are not. I am trying to keep you from getting hurt. This whole world is where I come from. This is why
At this point, I'm
my
not even looking at Wystera. I look over at Sly and I was like, is this information you were aware of?
necklace is looking like it is.
I don't think Sly knew this before. I don't think Vicious ever talked about their background.
I so have.
I don't think you've ever said that. You've never once said that. You have kept so many secrets from us, it's not even funny.
Yeah, we'll be like, how's it going? And you'll like roll your eyes and be like,
Yeah, no,
"Ugh."
I have told you on several occasions something to the effect of I am used to these shadow realms. This is I came
Something to the
Yeah,
effect of
but
I'm
you never
familiar.
said
Partially
you
at
never
the
said you were
tree.
from
You-
here.
You've never
No, not
said I.
from here. I said I'm used to this world.
You
I
will say
I have
Yeah.
in
talked
my
about the
travels I'm
Shadowfell.
familiar.
Vistra,
I have given little hints here and there.
as
You will
someone,
say
okay,
you
that's where
will
I'm gonna
say
say I would,
you
yeah,
will
yeah.
say like, oh yeah, we'll all be like, what the fuck's going on? And you'll just be like,
So
I'm
fucking shady.
familiar. You're like, yeah,
Vistra.
this is familiar to me.
I'm gonna step in one more time here for you now, Vistra, to let you know what you see here is a thing where your two allies, one of them doesn't necessarily understand everything. And this is just a thing now in my brain that I'm going through. That amethyst pendant, by the way, I'm gonna say for fun flavor, when that you took the sword out, the amethyst turned itself off too, just because otherwise people would have been able to see you when you were going around. Just saying that for fun for my
Fair.
own self. Now,
Yep.
coming back. You are in a moment now where two people are challenging you, actually, on the ideas and you not talking about what it is you've come from. And you have been vague and you have kept it from people. You have not said what you've endured. You have not said what you have come from and what you've had to experience. You haven't even the closest you ever got was with Kari that one time in that castle.
Mm-hmm.
And so here's what's going to happen, Vistra. As I can kind of see where this is going. Doesn't look like anyone's giving you leniency. Is this the moment in which Wystera tells Squally and Sly everything that she has come from, and everything she has had to go through?
Yes.
I'll let you take it away then.
I was born into a family whose daughters are bred to wed demons in order, through marriage, for those demon traits to be brought into the physical plane. The demon who I was meant to be wed to, whose name I will not say, the demon, the devil, if we had wed, he would have brought hopelessness, a lack of hope into the physical plane through the consumption of marriage, through me. Just like this place we find ourselves in. This would have happened to the entire physical plane. Slowly, but it would have happened. So I left. And I have been running from him ever since. And this sort of thing is far more common than you could ever imagine. Over and over and over again. This is where the despair comes from. So I ran, and my journey has brought me here to a power that will not let devils like this ever again do what they are doing, because I will be able to end it. There's a great power here, and this great power can end Strahd with a snap of my fingers. This sun sword, nothing. But this realm with all this hopelessness, this despair, this lack of life, this lack of spark that has taken over this realm, it cannot be ended with that thing, but it can be ended with what's in there. But I need that, and I need to go in there, and I do not know what will happen if others come with me. I do not know. But I would be afraid of anyone else coming in there.
And if this power isn't stopped and doesn't work, and we also lose the Sun Sword, what then?
You're right. I have been drawn to this for years since I left my home. I have been told stories by women who say that this is the way. Could I be wrong? It's possible. But I do not believe so.
What use is the Sun Sword to this demon? Can we not try to stop the demon and also keep the Sun Sword as an assurance?
All right, fine. It is not a demon in there, it is a great warrior that is attempting to imbue her energy, her warrior energy, which can only be transferred to another woman, to me.
And what happens to the Sun Sword? Also, do I believe this new tale?
There's no part of you that's reading Wystera as anything less than utter truth. Anything at all. There's nothing that feels like a lie, and everything she is saying, she has been through this. She has spoken with these people and heard these stories as well. Everything that is uttered at this moment
But the
is the
part that was
truth.
a lie was that it was a demon in there.
Yes.
Yeah, that demon was a lie. Yeah, you got that.
I said that to keep you from coming in there and getting hurt.
Well, that didn't work now, did it?
Well, you're not in there, so kind of worked.
That's hilarious. What will she do to the sun sword? I just need to know. This is what my entire being is telling me is going to work. This sun sword against Strahd. And my entire being is saying this is the only thing I know because I don't know you people. I don't know the voices in my head. The one thing I do know is that this sword could work. And I can't just give it up.
Well, that is what I am asking you to do.
It'll just vanish. She'll just take it.
I do not know for sure. I do not know for sure.
Can we ask her?
I do not think that will go over well if I go back in there and ask her a question like that. This is the embodiment of feminine warrior power. I am trying not to piss her off.
I see.
I have been overthinking this for many years, I have just been told.
That's got a sting.
Yes, it did. I didn't used to overthink things until I left.
What were the exact words that she gave you?
Stop smirking, DM.
I didn't ask the question. Yeah. I think you answer the question. I'm not here.
The exact words were
Radio voice.
bring me that sword, and you will. Okay, these are not the exact words, but the gist is bring me this sword, and you will receive a far, far, far more powerful sword that is capable of taking out any
Did she
man.
specifically say swords?
No, she said, bring me the sun.
Huh. Huh. And she told you a sword in return for sure. For certain.
Well, yes, this sword that I have been seeking has a great deal of lore to it. It is called the Sword of Morado, and it may only be wielded by a woman, which is why, again, I am suspect of bringing in either of you into that realm in front of that.
Because we're boys.
Well, frankly, yes.
I have a disguise kit. I don't have to be a boy.
Something tells me someone with this much power would be able to see through this. I am not trying to avoid bringing you in because of any other reason than I have no idea what would happen.
DM, not to be like metagamey, but also she did specifically say she would give her a sword. Am I allowed to know that? Because
I'm not saying a goddamn word.
because I heard it before. She just said
I'm just thinking right
power.
now of Daisy Duck. Just lipstick on
Daisy
bird.
Squally. Squalita.
You and I know.
um I understand this is a great warrior woman. I see that. I'm just trying to think if
Sly,
there's
what
a
are you
way-
doing while this exchange is happening right
Yeah. Look over at Sly and I'm just like, you
So I was still kind of like, what the hell just happened when he's like Squally wasn't there and then Squally was there. So that whole like
Fantastic.
that
He's
whole
still,
door
Great,
thing
great
kind
to
of.
know.
So I still trying to
Just
figure out the whole
still
door.
dealing with.
yeah, you got it.
He's
You figure it out
he's
that
looking for the
door.
doors. He's
Give
looking
me an
for that
Arcana
first
check.
door.
Give me an Arcana check
Oh
right
hell
there,
yeah!
Sly. Give me an Arcana check.
Meanwhile,
That's a
back at the
9.
ranch.
Oh, dude, there's doors all over this place. You're just like trying to find that door. Yeah,
Nice.
sweet. Continue, Squally. Continue, Vistra.
Okay, she said, bring me the sun. And the sun is in here in the sword. Oh, do I remember Sergey?
I mean, the voices in your head, like were all kind of moved around and everything. You don't remember Sergey. No, you would have just remembered this feeling and sensation that you're brought on with this desire to destroy Strahd. That's the thing.
Brutal. And I need the sword to do that. Bring me the sun.
Can I just cast Accio?
Accio. No, never mind, sorry. Okay. I look over to Sly. You, cat man. Um,
Sly doesn't look away from the door he's trying to investigate. He's like whacking at like the wall, just like.
stop that. Stop. Look at me. You seem like a smart, I don't know.
That's like smacking a wall.
Um, I don't know what to do, but I don't want to give him the sword. I think. Hmm. What is your opinion on all this? You know her. I don't.
I didn't know any of that.
You just learned all of this as well.
Yeah. Um,
And do you know of a warrior lady who can make a sun sword more powerful?
this is the first I'm hearing of that too.
Good.
Uh,
Okay, I see.
Wystera hasn't done anything to harm the group in the past, but I don't trust demons.
Well, apparently it's not a
I
demon.
don't tr-
It's not a demon. I just said that
Okay,
to keep
excuse
you
me.
from getting hurt.
I still think. Okay. I don't know you well enough. I need this sword to fight Sly. Logically, or
Huh?
Strahd, sorry. To fight
Will
Strahd.
you are too confused to wield that sword. Please give it to me now.
No. Let me
No.
get through my train of thought here. Logically, because I need the sword to kill Strahd, I should not give you said sword. However, this catman trusts you enough to potentially trust you with the sword and potentially lose it. I'm under the assumption that your party would also trust you, especially since this man was just fighting you a moment ago. You seem to know how to wield a sword well, so if it's turned into something more powerful that can work, that's good. But I also really want this to work. Squally's just like pacing at this point, just like trying to figure
Vistra,
out.
I'm gonna remind you too. You also have your warlock spells in this room as well. If there's any other spells that you have been going through.
Yes, I have thought of that, and Vista is trying. Well, She has decided to not try and pull anything because she
to
really
know.
wants to. Yeah.
Squally is going to walk up to Vista. Look her in the eye.
I get down on one knee in order for that to happen.
I'm not that short.
Yeah, you're now shorter than Squall.
Yeah, now you're like at my chest and about to
Okay.
nut you.
Okay, I bend over a little bit.
I need you to understand how important this is. If this sword is destroyed or otherwise gone forever and we don't have it to defeat Strahd, I know that's going to be extremely bad. So if I might ask, when you go in there, I need you to be as specific as possible to make sure that we are getting what you are hoping for. Because the one thing I feel about big, scary people, warrior or whatnot, they're vague. Make sure that this is going to work before you do it. Please.
I promise.
Catman and I will stay outside the door. We'll be very close. Do we want a code word? I look over at Sly.
Do you want a safety word?
Like a safe word. Something that you can call upon us to come in if you need us.
Aardvark. No.
Do we know what an aardvark is?
Agreed.
Sly definitely knows what an aardvark is.
Okay.
Wystera thinks for a minute. Surrender.
Okay. And if you lose this sun sword, I need you to understand the gravity of the situation.
Believe me, having lived with this for many years, I understand the gravity.
Okay, Squally's gonna reluctantly pass the sword. Squally doesn't like this.
You have the hilt of the sword presented to you, Wystera. Do you take it?
I do, and I look Squally in the eye and say, thank you.
Don't thank me. I'm that thank me. I'll give it to you.
Thank you.
You take the sword in your hands, Wystera. You all make your way.
Mister, I swear to God, if you screw us over, I'm gonna be so mad.
You begin to walk.
Dave that's laughing, not Wystera.
Very good. You guys begin to walk slowly down the corridor towards the open door. You make it to the entrance. Wystera, you can see, and Sly, you can see a little tiny sliver of shadow. Sly, give me an insight check.
To see how much of that I actually understand.
Of that conversation? Sure.
Yeah. Well,
Still dealing with the teleportation.
that's a 2.
Wow, that's a pretty red.
That's a shadowy fucking sliver right there on that there sarcophagus, my man. That door. Here's the thing. So here's the thing about that door. If
It's incredibly well crafted.
yeah,
It is a beautiful workmanship.
Like a wedding dress.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
yeah. Amber sarcophagus to wedding dress.
Anyone can make some little box. Not everyone can make a functional dress, you know.
Wystera, You see the scabbards set and ready. 20 feet away. You make your way
Oh,
towards it.
I really hate this. Like, I want to close my eyes and ears and everything.
Wystera, you walk towards the sarcophagus. So far, you just have the hilt. What do you do?
I use my bonus action to turn it on, so to speak.
Bow chicka wow wow.
And I 6.
You do what to the sword?
Sarcoph- I've been waiting to say this for so long. I was gonna say sarcophagus.
Guys,
I
God damn it.
hardly even know him.
Sarcophagi.
And and Jeepers, really helping the moment. Anyway,
Wow.
I fuck. Now I want to find another way to say it.
Yeah, I get it.
I use my bonus action, my bonus action to
Not a legal action.
light the sword, and I walk in.
Which hand do you have the sword in?
I hate it when you ask questions like that. I would have it in my right hand.
Right. You do not walk into the sarcophagus, Wystera. With the sword out, you place it into the scabbard.
Oh, right. Of course. Sorry, I got distracted by the.
Yeah. When these guys are talking, it's pretty damn literal. Let me
Yep.
tell you something.
Yep. I place it in.
Overthinking over years. How you think I fucking feel, man? Anyway. You put the sword into the scabbard. This time you reach through and you feel your hand push into the amber. The shadow does not just simply envelop the sword, it begins to go over your hand, and you feel the flesh and the bone and the skin peeling away as the shadow begins to envelop your hand. Yes. Yes, Wystera. You have done it. But I must make sure that you see it through. A sliver for now. You will make me whole once again. You feel a searing pain as your arm begins to be. It feels as if it is just burning away at this moment. You all see the light as it pierces through the amber. The whole room fills with orange light. You can see up above you 2 creatures with a singular eye recoil back as the entire amber lights. It's not like light darts. It's just like the entire thing is moving, and you begin to see the shadow shift inside of it, flowing as the sword is almost gestured and moved around. Wystera looks as if controlling it. Your arm begins to be completely encompassed in shadow, going all the way up to your clavicle, moving right there. It stops right at that point. Your entire arm is just encased in shadow, and you feel it singeing, burning, and you can see the light covered up in the shadow until all of a sudden you can feel the entirety of this room shaking, and you feel and see the sarcophagus beginning to split and crack, the amber beginning to spiderweb break. And then in this moment, Wystera, you see the blade is beginning to turn from a golden sun color to a pale white. And as the white begins to come through, a faint essence of, it's not even black. It's just a void that fills. A small little dot until the split begins to happen. Another dot filling until eventually this white piercing beam begins to completely disappear as the sarcophagus bursts, explodes around you all, and you can see it shoot out towards them. The creatures above recoil as the light shoots out, this amber bursting across and smashing into the walls. You stand terrified, Squally, in that burst. The torch goes out. Your fire is out. All light is gone. Wystera. Your hand, shadow. Your arm, shadow. Your bicep, shadow. The hilt, same as before, it's a burst. At the end, the tip is a thin blade, a void in your hands. You have with you. Gone is the Sunblade. And now, a sliver of Morado is in your possession. You look back at your allies and your party members. Squally, a moment happens when you felt the blade die out. And that desire to kill Strahd that you had in you, the thing that was the only thing you knew, dies. You stand wondering where you are. The last thing you heard, Squally, was a scream. Scream of a hero. Proud, but taken away. Something was killed in that moment. Wystera, you look at them.
This is it. How do I feel?
Like you have just taken the first step into a long journey. Your purpose is clear. This is a fractured blade, vulnerable, stronger than the one before because the other one was susceptible to being corrupted in some way. This is a more powerful weapon to yourself. You can feel it. This one can be made whole, but you're going to have to go somewhere. You're going to have to find that out. You don't know where to go. You have no idea. But you do feel that there is a voice with you. There is a presence with you. You are not alone. You are shared, Wystera. There is another being carrying you through. But it stands with you.
I nod. We can go now.
You hear the cackling of the creatures up above the roof, the ceiling of this room.
They will not touch us.
Wystera, do you lead the way out?
I do.
Wystera begins to leave. Sly, you know Squally can't see.
Yeah, I'm kind of is Is there any illumination from the sword now that it's the white light instead of the golden sunlight?
It's not a white light. It is a void of shadow. You can see it. It is
Oh, but it
just
doesn't
pure
emit
shadow.
any
No
light.
light omitted. Nope. It is the absence of light entirely.
What happened to the torch Squally had?
Went out in the explosion of the ember. The burst was so
Ah.
powerful it extinguished it.
All right.
Follow
Yes, I'll just kind of guide Squally along.
follow me.
You begin to walk the way you came through the corridors.
So I might even just try and like see if Squally will hike up on his shoulders.
I don't know you that well. But
Oh,
I'll
sorry, force the
I mean,
habit, and
buy
then just
me
kind of
dinner
just like
first.
leads him along.
I'll do it anyways.
Oh, okay.
You all begin to make your way through the labyrinth. You come up, back to the chamber. There is a torch light up at the top of the stairs. Actually, not at the stairs, but you begin to see that there is torchlight coming from the central door. The pathway you guys entered into the temple. You make your way to the top of the stairs and you can see it leading out. I assume you guys make your way out of the Amber Temple.
Absolutely. I certainly do.
As you begin to leave, more cackling is heard. And you leave out and you see Kari standing with Tristan, Eren, Michonne's body. And you can see that there are tracks leading out of the Amber Temple. And one of the wheels to the cart you guys all had has been destroyed. So your cart is lopsided.
Good, good.
Kari just looks at you, Wystera, sees what is in your hand. Does a 15 hit you?
Yep.
She's definitely gonna put some divine smite into this shit. You take 14 points of bludgeoning damage, Wystera.
Okay.
You feel it as red mist fills your face. You still conscious?
Yep.
Shadow. And you stand. You took that hit, and you're going to take a lot more. That's where we're going to end the session tonight.
Oh dear.
Don't you just hate those D&D sessions where nothing really happens? Wow.
Wow. How was that for you guys?
Outstanding.
I feel like I made a mistake.
It's 2.25 years on that shit, man. Let me tell you something. Oh, fuck.
Wow.
No more Sunblade. That's for fucking sure. Wow. Oh.
Wimpy Sunblade.
So a sliver of who?
Morado.
Morado?
Morado.
Moreado. Morado.
Interesting.
David, I'm going to be sending you the stats for that sword very soon. I will also be sending everybody the XP values for completing the Amber Temple. Congratulations, guys. That is a hard fucking thing. Yeah, you guys did pretty
Would we,
good.
like, generalized question, would we have completed the Amber Temple without doing that? Have done that? Without having?
Oh yeah, yeah. Whatever had to cause you to leave it, but if you guys had left the temple, there's a whole other thing with that. There's a whole bunch of other stuff, but yeah, that would have been completion of that journey, depending on if you guys turned around. Got a little more experience points. Wystera, what is your level right now? Just so I know.
7. 7 warlock, wizard 1.
Okay, so you are level 8. Okay, good to know.
Yep.
I just wanted to confirm that is your personal story, but it does get everybody to level 8 at that point. So you are currently just still going to stay at level 8 for that. Yeah, Squally?
I'm already level 8. I got a bonus level last time.
Yes, I know. I'm trying to remember exactly because I know Kari levels up. Kari goes from level 7 to 8. Sly is level 7 still.
Yeah, I'm level 7 right now.
That's right. Everybody has designated. There's one more. I know for a fact there's going to be at least one more big level up here, but I think Wystera, yeah, you have one a level up here already. But you're going to be getting an experience points boost on that. I think I gave everybody 500 for finding the Sunblade. Correct?
I believe so, yeah.
Yes.
So
Yep.
Wystera, you're going to get an extra 500 for creating the Sliver of Murado.
Okay. Thank you.
To make up for that.
And I just want to check for theater of the imagination stuff. So, does this sword look like a sliver, or is it a full sword, but it's a sliver of power in the sword?
It looks like a sliver. So it's a thin blade. It's a thin blade of shadow. So it's
Okay.
not fully complete. And that's the thing.
But it's not, is that like a sliver as in a little dagger and a big hilt, or a long sliver of
Oh, it's a long blade. It's a long blade. It would be considered like a long sword with the finesse property, same kind of thing.
Okay, got it.
The tip, it doesn't fully connect to it, so there's like a gap in between, the same kind of thing as the sun blade. The difference is that it is just pure shadow and it's like a fine point.
Got it. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. So it's almost like a broad sword, a long sword hilt with a fencing
Exactly.
blade, kinda. Okay.
Yeah, the Sunblade with the illumination gave the vision of a full, like, broad longsword kind of thing. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Well, guys, I'm gonna end the recording here. So thank you all so much for watching this. Holy yikes, God, that's fun. Yeah, looking forward to seeing what unfolds now with all this great cool stuff. Yay! All right. Take care, everybody. I like how everybody's like, yo, fuck.